morning. We have an election coming up. We have the Conservative Party, which is full of ex-military who haven't really left the military. And these are people who are used to waging colonial wars to enforce colonialism upon little brown natives. And as a person of native ancestry and Métis, I am very concerned about this. Erin O'Toole is a racist. He's a racist bigot. He's also a control freak. And he's dangerous. To me, as a person who is not white, Erin O'Toole is dangerous. And making him Prime Minister is dangerous to me and to everyone around me. Erin O'Toole is an authoritarian ex-military with something to prove. And that means that when people petition for justice, his answer is going to be to break out the machine guns. Peaceful protests will become impossible under Erin O'Toole. The native marches, the 1,000-mile march or 1,600-kilometer march that natives made twice to bring a petition to Stephen Harper, who conveniently managed to be somewhere else when the petitioners arrived in Ottawa, kissing ass to the Chinese. Yes. Stephen Harper dealt with massive peaceful protesters by running away and hiding. Erin O'Toole, however, is not that kind of person. Erin O'Toole is the kind of man who deals with peaceful protesters by breaking out the machine guns, especially when those peaceful protesters are not white. Erin O'Toole is the kind of leader that wants to have a massacre under his belt. He wants to be able to break out the violence, to whip out the machine guns, to send in the police battalions with orders to kill. He wants to deal with the angry mobs of irate protesters holding up their petition for justice. He wants to deal with them by killing. He wants to be able to have the petition brought to him on a plate so he can pick it up by a corner and drop it in the garbage. He doesn't want to read a petition. He doesn't want petitioners to put a petition in his hand. He wants to mow them down. And his supporters want to mow down petitioners. His supporters want violence. His supporters want Donald Trump, but they're willing to settle for Erin O'Toole because Erin O'Toole will give them the Trump light treatment. And that is scary and disturbing. And as a person who is not white, I want to be able to say I live in a safe country where I can live my life in peace and freedom without fear. But Erin O'Toole, as Prime Minister, no, I will have to live in fear. Because at any time, I could be forced to choose. Are you white or are you one of those dirty savages? And that's exactly how O'Toole has put it. To O'Toole, if you're not white, you're not a person. You might not even be human, according to O'Toole. That's another thing that disturbs, that concerns me greatly. So if you're not white, you want to absolutely not vote Conservative this year. Don't do it. Because O'Toole will fuck you over. He will fuck us all over. If you need to vote Liberal, hold your nose. I know Trudeau is not exactly everybody's favorite. He's not my favorite either. But I prefer if we all voted NDP. If you're not white, vote NDP. If you live on the reservation, vote NDP. If instead of a church you go to a temple or a mosque or a synagogue, vote NDP. And quite honestly, if the church you go to is Catholic, not Protestant, vote NDP. Come to think of it, if you're a Protestant with a conscience, vote NDP. Because Erin O'Toole is all about a white Anglo-Saxon Protestant Canada, and more importantly, an American Canada. We'll still have Mounties, but we won't have health care, we won't have rights, we won't have health and safety standards, we won't have the colorful Canadian currency. We will, however, have the status of being the largest banana republic on earth. Yes. The largest banana republic on earth. Not exactly something to aspire to. But that's what O'Toole wants to give us. I don't want to live in a banana republic. So this election, let's do what's best for our country. Let's hold our noses and vote Liberal. Or better yet, let's all collectively agree to vote NDP. Put the NDP, if not a majority, then a strong enough minority that they have to form a coalition. And let's keep the Conservatives out of office. For the good of the country, and for the good of our children, our grandchildren, and our great-grandchildren. Keep the Conservatives out of office this election. Thank you.